Aloha friends, welcome to my channel. This is Shamansi, and the full moon reading, full strawberry moon, is the energy that I'm doing this reading under. Now, these readings are timeless, so whenever you come across them is when they are meant for you. And what I've noticed with these readings is you may choose a pile today, and then you may come across this video again in 6 months, 2 weeks, a couple of years, and you may choose a different pile and it has a different message for you. So that is possible as well. And that is how my messages come through. So any moon day messages that you watch from me on my channel, or any full moon or portal readings, they are channeled in the energy of whatever is going on, whether it's a full moon, a new moon, a portal. They're channeled in that energy and they're meant for you when you come across them. So let's get into this strawberry full moon. It feels, the energy is actually quite grounding, but more in a flow-like nature. There's movement, there's like I'm getting like these figure eights of just clearing energy, like out with the old, in with the new. The densities that are coming up are mainly in the heart space. They are things that need to be grieved and completely let go of, is what I'm hearing. Completely let go of. Not, I'll let go of it in hopes that it'll come back to me. I'll let go of it because I feel like it's going to shift this or that. Completely let go, let God. And be in that energy of trusting, of believing, of knowing that everything is happening divinely and in the right time. All right, so we have 4 piles for you to choose from today, and each goddess that came out wanted to be paired with a crystal. So the first pile here, we have the fire agate crystal paired with Demeter. And then we have the soul connection crystal paired with Atira. The Tanzanite crystal paired with Hecate. Hecate, thank you. And the Sunstone crystal paired with Vesta. So take a moment, fill into these piles, see which one is best for you. And we are going to go in order. Thank you, Spirit. So we will start with Demeter and the fire agate. And the rest of the piles, the timestamps will be in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much. Have an awesome reading. Take care. Welcome back to those of you who chose the fire agate and Demeter, goddess Demeter. Demeter is a Greek goddess of agriculture and fertility. Her energy is known to nourish, evolve, sustain, and rebirth. The first thing they're pointing out for me here is this illuminating, they're telling me it's both. I asked, is this a sun or a moon? And they said yes. So it's taking in the sun codes. It's walking in the moonlight. It is really nourishing yourself with all of the higher vibrational light that's coming in, and tapping into your creative nature. Demeter is known for her resilience and her inherent renewal to the natural world. So the other thing that I noticed with this is that she's carrying her harvest, right? It's like abundance has come in. She's got it. She has all of this abundance behind her, and yet she's carrying her piece of it. So that's telling me 2 things. Thank you, Spirit. They're saying you're holding your light. You're being in your truth. You are no longer in any type of people pleasing or like trying to satisfy other type of energy. You're in a very calm, more genuine, authentic energy, and it feels good. Now, the energy that I'm feeling with this reading, just overall right now, is focus. Like there is an energy of, okay, thank you. They're saying with this full moon, call in the energy to focus on what is best for you. And I feel like more of that is going to come out with this reading. So let's go ahead and start with this card. All right, we have Transcendence, Rising Above. All right, and so they're pointing out the number 42, which reduces to a 6, and 6, they're telling me is unity, it's togetherness, it's harmony. So things are really starting to come into alignment with this full moon. And they're saying leading up to it, you felt like things were starting to align and everything's kind of getting in order. And you've been feeling like your abundance is coming in, or that it's here rather. And now you're just in a space where you're able to not only tap into it and bring it into the physical, but also create more of it. You're in the space of like, you're getting downloads and ideas, and it could be the most random time and place that, you know, you may go for a walk, and on that walk you have this creative idea that you're able to put into action when you get back from your walk, or at least take note of it so you can put it into action. So there's some transition that's happening there, and they're telling me merging. Okay, can you go deeper with that, Spirit? What is the merging? Okay, they're saying that you're merging with a higher version of self. So although it feels very grounded, it also is an entirely new level for you, and it feels more familiar, is what they're telling me, which, you know, I guess that makes sense, because, you know, when we come into Earth Realm, we completely forget who we are as a soul, what lessons we've been through before we came in. It's like the slate is wiped clean, and we have to rediscover or unlock, you know, these patterns to really understand ourselves and our purpose here. And so they're saying that this is what this transition is doing. It's getting you high. It's raising your levels of consciousness, which is getting you closer to your unique whole self. And in that space, you feel a lot more comfortable. So the more you rise, the higher you rise, the better you're going to feel, because it feels like you're going home. And home, like in a deeper sense, like an eternal home. All right, let's see what the mermaids have to say. Energy field adjustments, some aura cleansing, and regards to health. What are we feeling? Yeah, a lot of heart, a lot of, you know, she's holding this like big ball of energy and light right at her heart space. And they're saying there's a lot that's clearing out through that space right now. So you may be having like some upper back pain, maybe even some pain in the shoulders and neck, or down through the arms, the wrists, the fingers. That's all heart area. And it's this cleanse that's happening. It's like this fire has been lit inside of you, and anything that you never let go of, that you were holding on to from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, from you know, the multiverse, from different dimensions, it's all coming up right now to clear. So it may feel a little dense in this space, and I still feel like your energy is very focused and forward moving. It's kind of like almost the energy of like, I don't have time for this. I'm just going to keep on moving and understanding that everything is happening for me. And even if I am not able to articulate that, I have a deep inner knowing and a trust that everything is working out exactly the way it needs to be. So it still feels very good. Okay, they want me to go ahead and tap in and do a little clearing for you here. So I'm just going to channel. Let let go, 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 let go. Ooh. Okay, they're telling me that you may be having dreams of people that you had relationships with in the past. This can be lovers, family, friends, associates, but it's people that are this energy you still hold on to. You carry it within you, and it's just all these little fragmented pieces that are coming up to be let go of. Also, this is strangely unique, but you may be having dreams of needing to find a bathroom, or finding a bathroom and it being too dirty and you having to look for another one, or just something with like a bathroom, a restroom. And it's because you're saying you're having trouble letting go. And part of the reason why you have a hard time letting go is because you want to be in the know. What is it that I'm letting go of? And Spirit's saying, just let go. You don't need to know. You know, when something comes up, when you're feeling sad for no reason at all, don't try to tap into that and feel like you need to figure it out. Like, where's the sadness coming from? Is this my sadness? Is this somebody else's sadness? What is this sadness? Why am I in this sadness? Just honor it, feel into it, and let it go. So let's say you have everything's going great, you're having a good day, and all of a sudden you get hit with this energy of sadness. In that moment, connect to it almost like it's a human being, because we're energy, right? Everything is energy, including us. So connect with it, tell it, okay, I see that you're sad. I feel this emotion coming up. I honor you, sadness, for being here to protect me, to take care of me throughout time and space. And I'm ready to let go. And then that energy is going to shift so quickly when you acknowledge it and lovingly let it go. Lovingly let it go. Lovingly let it go. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I feel like we did get the message from that. Let's go ahead and move on to Isis here. And let's see what... it's like this. She's like opening up her hand. She's like, here, take it. I don't need it anymore. Like, I'm letting go. I'm opening up, and notice the difference, in this one. Like, they're showing this big ball of light that's in the heart space. And then here, it's like the energy is behind her. That light is all behind her, and she's in a space where she's like, here, I'm done. I don't need to carry this anymore. I don't need to punish myself anymore. I want to live a happy life. I want to be in joy. I want to be in peace. And maybe you're somebody who has thrived in chaos because you've had to live through a lot of chaos like I have. Maybe you've lived through a lot of traumas, or you've just had a lot that has happened to you in this lifetime that you've been able to persevere and be strong and get through. But they're saying it's time to let that energy go. That's part of the energy, is like being comforted in chaos, being comforted when there's always something to do, being comforted in like the go hustle, like really move. They're showing me this image and I can't quite put it into words. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. So tell this full moon, open up your heart and let go. Just say, I'm ready to let go. And maybe even try some free writing, and whatever comes up in that free writing, it's coming up so that you can let go of it. All right, we're going to move on to the Medicine Woman. And we have the Intuition card. Yes. So you are being guided. You are super tapped into your intuition. It's like your gut feelings are spot on. You're understanding the flow of things more. Like it's a balanced flow. It's a very grounded flow, and you're tapped into that. So continue to trust and be in that space. And these little things that are coming up to be cleared, just allow them to be cleared. It's not something that you need to go deeper into. It's almost like you're wanting to become overly intuitive in those situations. Like you're wanting to figure it out, and you don't need to figure it out. You just need to let it go, is what they're saying. Okay, then we have an element that we want to call in. Oh, it's the animals, companionship. Okay, so they're saying don't worry about the word companionship. It's the animals. You have a unique gift where you can connect with animals. So you should be around animals. If you have pets, that's awesome. Spend more time with them and really connect with them. Like I'm hearing, just be loving with them, cuddle them, be close to them, feel their energy. And if you don't have pets, maybe volunteer somewhere where there are animals and you can help out. But the animals are very healing for you. So if you want to get through whatever this stuff is with the heart that's coming up, exchange some energy with the animals, because they're going to be able to help out. And it's a mutual exchange between you and them. They love connecting with you, and you're able to fully let go in their presence. So that is going to help you for sure. Okay, then we have a little activation card. They told me to hold off on that one. Okay, so then we have, let's see, I think this one is a quote. It says, being in gratitude for the not yet manifested informs the universe that you know what you desire already exists and puts you at the right frequency to receive it. Got it. So being in gratitude for it's like planting a seed. You've already put it there. You know it's coming. And then be in gratitude for however long it takes to come, because you know it's coming. It's that deep inner knowing. And when you let go and you allow yourself to be in that space, it's like the plant analogy is what they're bringing up. So you may have heard me say this before, but it's like when you plant a seed, you don't go back every day and pick up the dirt and see how much it's grown. You let it grow through its darkness and you wait for it to sprout. And then once it sprouts, then you continue to watch it grow and blossom and become something beautiful. But you don't go back every single day and dig it up to see how much it's grown. By doing that, you're affecting, like you have to, if you do that, they're saying like you're going to have to replant it, resoil it, get it all ready all over again. So if you've been waiting on something to shift, or you've been waiting for money to come in, or a new relationship, or whatever it is that you're waiting for, the reason you're still waiting is because you keep going back to see, like, is it coming yet? What's happening? Like, I need to know. Maybe you're connecting with people and you're like, what's going on with this? And every time you're like digging up that dirt instead of just letting it be and then allowing it to grow and come at its own pace. And every time you dig up that dirt, it takes longer and longer and longer. So they're saying be in gratitude. Know that what you've created, what you've brought into manifestation is absolutely coming through for you. You just have to leave it alone. You have to tap out of it. All right, and then we have a surrender card, and it's saying surrender your frustrations. Yeah, I feel like that goes along with this, like, waiting for something and going back and forth and wanting to continue to tap in and see what's going on. It says frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. Yes, this energy, this full moon energy is you getting comfortable not being in a chaotic state, or not being in a go-getter, or like have to get things done. It's you allowing yourself to take a step back, rest, and know that you've planted that seed and it absolutely is blossoming. It's going to come to fruition, but you have to leave it alone. All right, we have one last card here. Birthing the new. Wow, look at that card. It's so special. So many light codes coming through this card. Yes, birthing anew. Birthing takes time. And we're not on linear time. We are not on linear time. We are jumping timelines all the time. We are moving back and forth. We are shifting into our highest and best timeline. So allow not only what you're birthing to come to fruition, allow yourself to be birthed through this. Call this in with this full moon. Surrendering your frustrations, calling in more gratitude, letting go, and allowing yourself to be birthed along with whatever it is that you have manifested, created, been waiting for. Allow yourself to be rebirthed through that. Now, you can use fire agate to help tap in more if you meditate with crystals. You can also call on goddess Demeter if you feel like the goddess energy is more what you're in tune with, but they're saying, and thank you, and then also connecting with the animals. These are the things that are going to help you through this full moon. And then just allow yourself to be. You've done so much work. You've shifted so much to be able to be in this energy of creating exactly what it is that you want. So allow it to come to you now. Stop digging that dirt up and allow it to just come when you're at a peaceful, loving stage. Alrighty, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy strawberry full moon. Until next time, adios. Aloha and welcome back to those of you who chose card number 2. We have the Soul Connection Crystal, which looks a lot like a Lemurian clear quartz crystal. And it's the lovers, it's loving energy, it's unity, it's co-creation, it is collaboration. And then we have Atira, and again, you know, the same image came out in the last reading, and I asked Spirit, is this a sun or is this a moon? And I hear yes, it's both. It's the taking in the sun codes while also walking in the moonlight and bathing in the moonlight as well. So whatever you're feeling drawn to, get out and try to connect with both the sun and the moon. Maybe early AM when the moon is still out and the sun is rising, or right around sunset when the sun is going down and the moon is rising. That would be a good time for you to just get out, get a breath of fresh air, and maybe go for a walk. And with that, it says exactly a walk. It says, with every step I take, I am connected to earth energy. Now, the other thing they're showing me is her abundance. She's holding it here, right? She's holding her harvest. And she feels very connected to it. Almost like, you know, almost the way that she's holding it is like she's holding babies. So it feels like something new is being birthed. Something new is coming through, and it feels definitely grounded. Also, the energy that they're giving me is almost like the energy of the unknown, a little bit of like the void, and how do I say this? The creation energy. So right before things come into creation, there's this energy of like a void, like a black space, a dark space, almost like if you plant a seed before it rises, it has to grow through the darkness of the soil, or the pressure of like the machines that are putting so much pressure on the carbon that it creates the diamond. So the transformation from the metamorphosis of a butterfly, right? Coming out of, man, I can't not think right now. Anyhow, okay, they're like, they got the picture. They know what you're talking about. Thank you, Spirit. So there's this like uncomfortable, a little bit uncomfortable, because it's not knowing exactly what happens next. Like, you know something's coming, you know something is being birthed, you feel it, it feels good. And we have, as a society, gotten so used to the instant gratification, the instant knowing, the having our things right here, right now. And this, because it's taking you back to you as the creator within, there's this not knowing what's going to happen next. And it feels, it's not chaotic. It just feels like a little unbalanced, I guess, is the energy. Let's move through some of these cards and see what else comes up. I think it'll be more clear as we go along. Okay, so we have the Isis card here. Yeah, and they're showing me like this circle energy, this portal of light that she's moving through here with the child. So let's read it. It says, power over 7 scorpions. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring so as to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. So I feel like this is showing the portal here, the light portal is showing how protected you are, that you won't, like, you're coming into this, what you created, what you're moving into, what you're shifting through with this full moon is a space where you no longer have to cleanse your energy or like cleanse or clear your energy after being in a large group of people, because you are holding your light. You are in your genuine, authentic light, and people are going, it's like they're self-cleansing. They're telling me like the energy is radiating out like this Taurus filled aura around you, where it's just, you're not taking on anyone's energy anymore. You're not tapping into what other people are feeling. So it's safe for you to be out. It's safe for you to, maybe places that you would have never thought to go before are going to feel a lot safer now to be out, because you're not in a space where you're going to feel such heightened energies around you. And if you do feel a heightened energy, your discernment is going to kick in, and you're going to be able to have compassion for them and where they're at on their journey. So a great example of this is we went somewhere the other day, and it felt like a low vibe place. And when I got in, I was like, wow, I don't know how this feels. I don't feel bad being here. It just feels different. And then I remembered, stay in your light. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can help shift people here. And like when I first got there, people I didn't feel like were very friendly with me. And I feel like that's because, I maybe walked in and I have like this energy to me. But then I'm like, no, just like, you're loving and kind and open and vulnerable. So just allow yourself to be that. Allow yourself to be those things. And then other people are going to start to be loving and kind and open and vulnerable with you. And that's exactly what happened. And I feel like this is what you're learning, these points of creation where you can do things differently, or you can call in different new things, new experience, new opportunities, new relationships, and you're not going to get lost in them. That's a really, that they're telling me that's key, is like, even if you're calling in a lover, it's calling in a lover that you're going to be able to stand with side by side, and you're going to be able to do your part in the relationship, and they're going to be able to do their part, and you're going to also be able to live your lives separately but together. Come into a space where you don't get completely lost in each other, which happens has happened in the past with a lot of couples. They come together and then they merge as one, and they have no unique identity of self. So they're saying what you're calling in, what you're moving through and creating is so that you can also stay in your unique identity. You can stay in your authenticity and your you can be genuine to who you are, and also have connections with different people and places and experiences, and get out more, not always be by yourself. All right, let's go to the elements next. Yeah, cave protection. It's like you've been in this hermit mode. Like you've gone in and you've wanted to really just protect yourself and close yourself off and not be around a lot of people, or not be out at a lot of different places, because you felt like you really had to protect your energy. And they're saying it's time to shift out of that. This void that you may be feeling right now, this dark space that you may be feeling, know that once it shifts, it's going to completely open up, and you're going to feel like you want to get out more, like you want to meet new people, like you want to go new places, maybe not frequent the same places that you're used to, maybe try a new place, or try a new app, or a new type of media where you're connecting with different people and different spaces, not like the same old things. Okay, and what do we want to surrender to this full moon? It says surrender to play. Yes, call in more play. Spirit has been saying that now for a while. And it says take a break from overthinking. Do something fun. It's time to get out. Rejoice in your play. Learn. Like, spread your wings. Get out there a little bit. See what there is. Dip your toes in. If you don't like it, pull back. You can always change your mind. You don't have to, even if you go somewhere and, let's just say you go to an event and there's a group of people and you're excited and you get there and you're like, yeah, this isn't for me. That's awesome. That's you being in your unique, authentic self. It's you saying, yeah, I thought this would resonate and it doesn't. So I'm free to leave. I am free to do whatever I want as me. So surrender to play. Call in more of that with this full moon. Ask this full moon to help cultivate more play, more joy, more adventure in your life. And we have the circle of life. All circles today. Lots of circles in this reading. I feel like it is a connection energy. The one thing they're pointing out for me here is the turtle. And just things may have been slow moving into this, or slow in this void. Maybe you've been here for a while. Like, you've been feeling it for a long while and you're like, when is this going to shift? Well, Spirit is telling you, you're ready. You're ready to shift out of this. So that's what's being birthed for you is coming to fruition. It's coming through. Okay, then we have expansion. Yes, expansion. And I feel like this is particularly expansion in, I felt like it was just the heart. They're telling me it's the heart and the solar plexus. The heart and the solar plexus. So expansion through your basically inner knowing of who you are. Expansion in your authenticity. Expansion in your, being exactly what I said, the loving, kind, generous, open, vulnerable, playful, the happy spirit that you are, that you know you can be, that maybe you are when you're at home with your pets, or you are when you're around very specific people. But this is going to open you up to be that way around so many more people, and to just start enjoying life a little bit more. Okay, we have the mirror. Yeah, and this energy, it's the flow, right? Look at the water. It's the flow. Everything is moving and shifting, and we're grounding into higher frequencies. And these higher frequencies are not a grounding, a centered grounding into Mother Earth. It doesn't feel the same. It's more of a flow, like a free, it's like grounding into a river where you're going to continue to move and flow and evolve, and things are going to come and go, and you're going to have different experiences, and through it all you're going to feel like you're just in the flow, and You are being guided by a higher power, by your highest self, and you're surrendering and believing and trusting in that. And that's why everything that you've ever wanted is going to come in that space. All right, and then we're gonna go to you are a badass. I love it. Okay, it says, our thoughts become our words become our beliefs become our actions become our habits, and our habits become our realities. Yes. So take that in, screenshot that if you need to, write it down, right? What we are calling in, what we are using our words for, we are calling in. So be mindful of how you use your words. Be mindful of how you use your words, not only towards self, but also towards others. Have a little bit more compassion. Understand that we're all on this journey and everyone is rising, right? Not just the people who have been doing it for years and are already working in higher vibrations. It's not just those people that are rising. Everyone is rising. So honor them on that journey and be mindful of what you're creating with your words. All right, we have one last card here. Ooh, infinite awareness. Wow. So many light codes coming through that card. Yes. So some recalibration in the spine, they're telling me. Recalibration in and through your spinal cord and through the cerebral spinal, upgrading the spine. So movement is going to help you really try to get your body moving. Maybe even try some lymph exercises. I just found this awesome 10-minute lymph drainage exercise on YouTube. Highly recommend it. There's so many things out there, you guys. Just find something that resonates for you and get your body moving so that you can clear whatever it is that's coming up through this full moon and step out of the void and into what's ready for you, what's already there. The play, the joy, the laughter, the adventure, all of this is waiting for you when you step through that void and are ready to fully embrace the new you. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, adios. Aloha and welcome back to those of you who chose card number 3. We have Hecate, which is basically the maiden, the mother, the what can I think of it? The crone energy. So the divine feminine power, and also a very fiery energy. And then we have the Tanzanite, which is bringing clarity, and they're telling me a discernment. Thank you. Discernment. Being able to see through that which has been hidden is the way they're saying it. That which has been hidden. Okay, so I feel like there may be some truths exposed for you during this full moon, or typically the full moon energy lasts up to 3 days before, and starts up to 3 days before and lasts up to 3 days after. Now, time is funky, so 3 days could feel like 3 weeks. It really just depends on how the energy is moving, but take that as it resonates for you, and know that there may be some truths that are going to be exposed during this full moon cycle for you. Also, they're telling me it could last through the new moon, from the full moon to the new moon. So just be mindful of that. Be open. Know that there are some truths that are coming to the surface. And, it may not feel good in the, like, when we hear a truth, when it's something that we didn't know before, there are times where it doesn't feel the greatest to hear the truth, but it's happening for you. So tap into that as these truths start to come through, and know that it's because you're ready to shift out of the energy of odd. They're telling me non-integrity. So can you elaborate on that, Spirit? Yeah, they're just saying just the energy of being around people, places, things that are not in truth, or that still for some reason, like maybe they tell little white lies, or they felt like it was like they're omitting something, right? Like, oh, well, you didn't ask, so I didn't feel like I had to tell you. It's just a different level of consciousness. There's nothing bad about it. It's just that you're ready to shift out of that. So some truths are going to be exposed through that. I'm going to go to this card next, the You Are a Badass deck. And we have, you are more than enough. Avoid comparison like the plague. Yeah, so stop comparing yourself. And as these truths come up, know that they're telling me like it can you put that in better terms, Spirit? Because I feel like I'm going to have to explain that deeper anyhow. Yeah, they're just saying, just because it's someone else's truth doesn't mean that it's yours. The example that they're giving me is, my relationship with my mother is very different than my sister's relationship with my mother. And my relationship with my father is completely different than my sister's relationship with my father. So just because her truth is, she had a mother like this and a father like that, just because that's her truth, even though I'm her sister, we grew up in the same household, we went through some of the same experiences, it doesn't mean that I had the same mother and father that she did. We had two completely different experiences. And so there, whatever comes up with these truths, know that it's not necessarily your truth, and it's definitely not your truth to hold on to. So be mindful of that. Like I don't know. I guess the example they're giving me is like if somebody came to me and said, well, oh, your mother was great. Your sister said da 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 da, and she had this and that, and it was just the most wonderful experience. And you have like the best mom ever, and my relationship with my mother was pretty toxic, so that doesn't resonate for me, and they're saying, for you, these truths that are coming up, even though they may not resonate for you, they're saying just allow yourself to be, and to try to eliminate yourself from judgment, right? So with that same example, my sister's truth is different than my truth. So my sister might say, I don't know how you can act that way towards mom. She was always there for us. She did X, Y, Z. I don't understand why you don't get along. And that's okay. It's not meant for her to understand or not understand. We had different experiences, and that's okay. And I don't have to judge her for being the way she is, and she doesn't have to judge me for being the way I am in relation to our mother. So you may have that comes up. That's why they're bringing that in. And they're just saying you're more than enough. So continue reminding yourself if these situations come up, and maybe you're the mother, right? Maybe you're the energy of like, I can imagine how my mother feels, in knowing that we had such a toxic relationship, but then also knowing that she had such an amazing relationship with my sister. There's got to be this split there, right? And this and sometimes it brings up like this guilt, and they're saying like there's no need for that. Like she did everything the way that she was supposed to do. We were meant to have this toxic karmic relationship between us. We've had past lifetimes together, and that's something that I understand now. And so they're saying, with that space, if something comes up and it's relation to you, and you say like, oh, I'm a bad mother, or I could have been better at this, let it go. let it go. Know that you are enough and you are doing exactly what you came here to do. So don't hold on to anything that's going to keep you feeling less of yourself. All right. We have surrender to non-action. Yeah, there doesn't always need to be an action. Sometimes sitting back is the action, right? Not doing anything, finding stillness, being present with your breath and in your own inner power. Let whatever is meant to happen happen. Let it go. You don't have to chase it down. You don't have to try to make sense of it. They're saying just be. As these things start to come up, these truths start to surface, just allow it to be, and it will move through you much faster. All right, we're gonna go to Isis here again. Oh yeah, look at those images, y'all. We have it's like the maiden, the mother, and the crone. Again, they're almost identical. They're just different artists, right? But they're showing me in this one the eyes behind. It's like the divine mother is watching over. The ancestors are watching over. You are being guided from a higher standpoint. Whether that's for you, whether it's the creator, source, God, Allah, whatever it is that you connect with, it's this higher power that is watching over you through all of this. It's your highest self that's watching you grow through these lessons and oftentimes giving you these lessons so you can grow through them and become a better you. Okay, they said flip that, but not yet. So let's see what this one has to say. Sisterhood. 27. All right, I guess it is not a coincidence that I use my sister analogy for this one. And they're saying it's you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready to call in more sisterhood. You don't have to do this alone. Some of these truths that are coming up, some of these things that you're moving through, sometimes you don't have to just sit in it. Like, you can get out and enjoy life. You can call in more play. You can call in more action. You can call in, even just a night out or a day at the beach or whatever it is that resonates for you. Maybe you go out dancing. Call in, the energy of sisterhood to help you move through some of this stuff. Okay. And then we have visions. Yeah, look at that full moon, and so you may be a Gemini. The mermaids here remind me of the Gemini energy, and also like a mirror type energy. And they're saying 7, 8, 9, 10. They're saying there's a closing these truths that are going to be coming up. It's because there's a closing out that's happening. It's like you're ready to close out a chapter of your life and start a brand new one. You're ready to call in more calmness in your life. You're ready to take on the energy of all three, the maiden, the mother, the crone. You don't need to be in separation in any of those. You can be, at one moment or one day, you can be in the playful maiden, running around, wanting new things, spring-like energy. The next day, you could be in the crone, completely authentic, speaking your truth and putting it out there for others to hear. And then some days you could be in your mother energy, where you're just nurturing to self and wanting to take a step back and have a me day, have a spa day, have time to self where you're not doing for others. You can be in these three energies at once. You don't have to, we go through these like archetypal phases throughout our lives, and they're saying you don't have to conform to one of those. So perhaps you are a mother and you spend a lot of time with your children, or you spend a lot of time trying to make sure that your children are in a good space or in a good place. And they're saying, take a day for you. Take a mother day. Take a day where you get to just enjoy yourself, where you get to do the things that you want to do, where maybe instead of, running your children around to where they need to go, you take a day off and, you relax, or you have a spa day, or even just a time out for self to get back into that stillness and and joy of being with yourself, by yourself, for yourself. Right, and then we have an element energy. And the plants, yes, more nature. More nature. They're saying you're in this space of growth. So these truths that are coming up, they're coming up so that you can evolve to the next level, so that you can grow through this. So allow them to come and be non-judgmental with self, right? Let these things come up. Believe me, there are things in my past that I would love to be able to take back and never have done. There are ways that I spoke to my mother that I would love to be able to take back. I remember not being the ideal teenager. I was, I went through a lot in my life, and I feel like there were times where if I could go back and be a better daughter, I totally would. So have some grace and know that you're growing through this, because there's a big shift that's going to be coming in for you, and it's pushing you closer to being in your authenticity and not having to label yourself as this or as that, but being in this open energy of non-comparison and allowing yourself to just be who you are. They're telling, like, they're referencing the good, the bad, the ugly. It's like everything all at once, and it's okay to be in that energy. All right, let's see what we got here. The journey, yes. Yeah, they're saying, like, all of this, I feel like those of you who chose this pile, you've been through some things, and maybe you've made some bad decisions, and there's nothing that we can do to take that back, right? Believe me, I've made some horrible decisions throughout my life, and there's nothing that we can do to change that except for learn from them and move forward. And when we move forward, it's letting it go, letting go of the guilt, of the shame, letting go of, what we once believed was truth, right? My truth is different than my sister's truth. And that might shift again, at some point in our lives. So there's going to be this, they're saying, like, they're really pointing out this non-action, just sitting back and allowing things to be. There's nothing that we can do about the past. And, I used to always tell my father this. He used to worry a lot. He still does. And I used to tell him, worry is such a useless energy. It's such a useless emotion, because there's nothing that worrying does for you that's going to benefit you. It doesn't help you. It doesn't get you it doesn't make things happen faster. It just keeps you in this toxic cycle of worry that doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't feel good. So why keep yourself in that space when there's absolutely nothing you can do? And the same thing, somebody brought this to my attention a couple years ago, the same thing goes for guilt. There's nothing that we can do about our past. There are, we can ask for forgiveness. We can even try to justify maybe some of the choices that we made. But in the end, we can't go back and change it. So it's best to just let it be. We don't need to take any more action towards it. Learn from it and evolve and let it go. Let go of that guilt. Let go of that shame. Let go of those lower vibrational feelings like worry that you don't need to hold on to anymore. Okay. And we have the throat chakra. All right, so I'm going to do just a little activation here with the throat. They're telling me just breathe. Take some slow, deep breaths. Breathe. Open up that space in your throat. Take some, even like gasps in. They're telling me, like, gasp, take that in, and then just let it out. Try using that breath work and just clearing that energy in the throat. There's been some, I feel like those of you that chose this pile, you may have felt like you were in a labeled to a group, a specific group, like daughters or mothers or sisters or whatever it is. And they're saying a lot of times in that space you weren't able to speak your truth. You weren't able to let's say if you were a daughter, you weren't able to speak on mothers because people would tell you, like, you don't have your own children, you don't know what you're talking about. Or, you know, vice versa. Like if you were a mother and you were speaking to someone with daughters and you didn't have daughters, and they're saying that's not for you to talk. There were things like that like muzzled you. Thank you, muzzled you, that got you to swallow things down, to not speak your truth. And they're saying, let it come up, let it be cleared. Do some humming. Humming is great for clearing the throat chakra. Hum, chant, sing, tone, even like gargling. They're telling me, like, you know, gargle with some salt water, clear through that throat space, because there's some truths. And actually this makes a lot of sense too. So the truths that are coming up, I believe, are also going to be some of your truths. Maybe you finally speaking the truth and saying exactly how you feel to somebody and getting that out. And you can do it in a loving, gentle, kind way, but you can also stand in your power and say what you need to say. Alrighty, remember, you are more than enough. Until next time, happy full moon. Adios. Welcome back to those of you who chose the Sunstone and the goddess Vesta. And we have empowerment with the Sunstone and the goddess Vesta. And again, this illumination, this energy, it's the moon and the sun. It's the light that shines from a higher power, from a higher place, and the light that also shines and lights from within, right? You have the fire, the flames. Goddess Vesta is the goddess of, she's a Roman goddess of hearth and home. So she's known to bring in generosity, family, focus, play, abundance. She's opening doors, creating connections, collaborations, bringing people together, and like soul, on a soul level. Like this isn't, maybe it's not even blood family. It's just it's a connection so open and loving. Like it feels like a resonance, like whatever you're radiating out, you're getting that back. The energy is coming in and you are stepping fully into your power. You are a badass, wanting to be right front and center there for you. So let's actually start with that card. Let's see what it has to say. All right, it says, forgive yourself. You have screwed up in the past. Man, haven't we all? All right, you will screw up again. Get clear on this one truth. Guilt, shame, and self-criticism are some of the most destructive forces in your life, which is why forgiving yourself is one of the most powerful. Repeat the following over and over again. Holding on to my bad feelings about this is doing nothing but harming me and everyone else and preventing me from enjoying my life fully. I am an awesome person. I choose to enjoy my life. I choose to let this go. All right, so some self-forgiveness with the empowerment. Yes, standing in your truth, letting go of the things that have already happened that you can't change, that you're ready to move forward from. Connecting with the higher power, and that self-criticism, that guilt, that shame, letting go of those energies that just don't resonate, that are, you know, we when we hold on to those things, we're not we're hurting ourselves more than we're hurting anyone else. And there's nothing we can do to change it, right? We all make mistakes. We're going to continue to make mistakes. And yeah, it happens. So they're saying, let it go. Allow yourself to be purged with this full moon. Go out under the full moon, stand underneath the full moon, and reach your arms out to the sky and tell the moon you are ready to let go of the shame, the guilt, the self-criticism that you've been holding on to. Be in your power. Stand in your power with this full moon. Woo! It is illuminating. It is illuminating you from inside out. You're ready to let go. I feel it. The purge that's coming for you through this full moon, it's probably already started to happen, but oh my gosh, on the other side of it, it feels amazing. Whew. Okay, let's see what Isis has to say. Let's see what came through on this card. It says initiation. When you are being initiated, let's see if I can make it focus. Oh, no. Sorry about that. Okay. When you are being initiated into the divine mysteries of light, love, and power, there are moments of profound challenge. The key is to find the light within the challenge, the opportunity for growth that can transform any challenge into an experience of healing. With compassion and cleverness, you will not burn during your challenges. You shall thrive. Yes, it's this fire energy, like you're holding on to this fire. And it's okay to let it go. It's okay to let it be purged from you. You no longer have to carry it. And as you let go, you stand in your power, your own divine truth. Whew, yeah, this pile feels so good for those of you that picked it. All right, we have constellations, so find the patterns. Yeah, you're really good at connecting the dots, of figuring things out. They're saying even to the point where, like, this might be a shift for you when you've been maybe looking at finding a new job or doing something different with your life, and you're really good at organizing and finding the patterns. So tap into that. Tap into what you can call in that space, where you can be in your power and be your authentic self and do these things that you actually really enjoy doing, and tap into your gifts. This is a gift. Finding the patterns is a gift. Not everybody has that intuitive ability to find the patterns in things, and you do. So honor that gift and start to work with it more. It's going to benefit you in your life. Right, we have divine sensuality. So I feel like some balancing in the sacral center. Balancing in the sacral center, yes. So you may have felt with this purge, there may have been some sacral shifting that was happening. Maybe you had past lovers come into your consciousness lately. Maybe you've been thinking about them. Maybe you've had dreams about them. This is part of the clearing. This is part of the shifting through them. So allow yourself to continue to purge and let these energies that are no longer in alignment with where you're at on your path, let them go. Renew and fill into the upgrade of the sacral chakra. I have a good friend that has a channel on YouTube who actually does an entire chakra upgrade series. I highly recommend the entire series. But for those of you who chose this card pile, I definitely recommend this sacral chakra upgrade. I feel like it's definitely going to help you move through this energy and this purging with this full moon. I will try to remember to link it in the description. Her channel, I believe, is Body and Soul. Okay, let's see what else wanted to come through with the elements. We have atoms. Yeah, so it's this building something new, creating, not just creating, but structuring it, finding the patterns to bring it together, to bring it to life, creating with your how do I say this? Co-creating, not just with self, like creating with things that you've been through. So I feel like maybe some of you, maybe you're writing a book or writing poetry or music. It's like maybe even artwork, like you're creating art, but I feel like this is coming from past experiences that you had. So, you know, maybe you're doing like an abstract art, and the energy that's coming through that abstract art is the past experiences that you've been through and how you've been able to persevere and shift through the chaos. This is, finding the patterns and putting it together so that you can build the life that you want moving forward. All right, and then we have guide, and again, this like Gemini energy, this twin-like energy. Okay, they're telling me specifically there's someone that is a lot like you that you are able to connect with. There's some patterns or maybe some things that they've been through that you've also been through, and you're going to be able to connect with this person as an ally, somebody that you can reach out to, somebody that you can connect with, that you can share stories with and learn how they process through things, and you can share how you process through things, and it's going to be there's going to be like a divine friendship that comes through it, a connection that you won't really find anywhere else. It really is like the best word is ally. On the card it says a guide or a mentor, but you're going to be doing that for each other. It's not just them guiding you or mentoring you or you doing it for them. It is you both being in this energy where you can help them through whatever they're going through. Oh, excuse me. They can help you through whatever you're going through, and together you can help each other grow and evolve. So let's see what you should surrender to with this moon. Surrender to passion. Yes, it's that sacral chakra upgrade, right? Get out of your head. Let that fire in your belly rise. The fire in the belly, right? Let it rise. There's lots of orange here. Definitely the color of the sacral, and getting into flow, bringing more passion and love into your life, more creation, more joy, even just birthing something completely new. And maybe it's not new to the world. Maybe it's just new to you. And something that feels good, that you're able to, like a passion project, something that you're able to work on. All right, and then we have the heart chakra. Interesting. I would have totally thought it would have been the sacral, but let's connect it. Let's see what they have to say. What energy is coming up from the heart? Oh, it's because you're ready for a heart upgrade too. So yes, I do highly recommend these chakra upgrades that a good friend of mine had put on YouTube. Now, they are such a high vibration and they are amazing meditations. So even for self, there's a couple of them that I've had to do, once, twice, at least 2 or 3 times. I've had to do these meditations to fully be able to stay awake, not go into my lower self or not fall asleep or go into delta because my body wasn't ready for it. And maybe you fall asleep the first time like I did, and then the second time you make it halfway through, and the third time you make it all the way through. Maybe on some of them you make it all the way through right away because you're fully ready to upgrade that chakra. But I feel like heart and sacral are the two for you to tap into. And almost like they're showing me this figure 8 that's running from the heart down through the sacral area and specifically creating new loves, plural. So new loves. This could be bringing new babies into the world. It could be creating a new relationship, coming together with a new soulmate. It could be birthing a new business, some new ideas, creations, art, whatever it is for you. But there's this energy of connecting the heart and the sacral with this figure 8 energy that's going to help you shift through this for this full moon. So maybe take some time with this full moon, tap into those meditations. I will link them in the description for you all so that you can tap in and connect with them. They are super high vibrational and have totally shifted me in what I've been growing through. So I know they will help others as well. All right, I feel like that is all. Are there any last messages, Spirit, that we have for this pile for the strawberry full moon? Let go. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the shame. Let go of the self-criticism. Let go of anything that is keeping you from being your own unique, authentic self. Right? Until next time, adios.